Yeah, I mean, to name things as they are. A spade is a spade. I'm telling the truth about how I see things or how things ought to be. And it's not any disparagement to you as a person. It's, this is wrong, and I'm just going to name it.
What's the spade? What's an example of the spade?
But before we do that, I want to clarify that Kyle and I were operating with a philosophical understanding. Things have been informed for us philosophically. The idea of judgment is exactly as you just said, biblically. But the Western philosophical tradition, when it comes to virtue, recognizes one of the skills and one of the virtues of a moral person is prudential judgment. So it's one of the cardinal virtues is to have prudence, or to be able to make prudential judgment. And a prudential judgment is to be able to say a spade is a spade. I've weighed the evidence, I've evaluated the information accurately, and I can tell you conclusively that this is a spade. So we're not talking about judgment in terms of heaven and hell. That's another, that there is a judgment motif like that scripturally, but we're talking judgment in an ethical sense, which would be this thing is X and not Y, which is an act of prudence or prudential judgment. Now you're asking, what is the spade?
Well, you keep saying it's time for the church. You both keep saying it's time for the church to render judgments, to name what it is. Like, what's an example of the spade being a spade?
Here's one such thing. It is wicked for the state to try to tell you that gender is not a objective reality.
That's not binary.
It's not binary.
That it's not God-given. In the beginning, God made them male and female.
Right. You only get one of two options, and it is determined. Sex is determined biologically.
So back to calling a spade, it's wicked for the state to pretend like gender is fluid, that there's not a binary, that God didn't say male and female in the beginning, this is good.
Right. And it's time for the church to just straight up say that. And to call upon private and public sectors that are promoting that to repent. You have to stop doing this. You cannot go any further.